I'm Josh.
I'm Lisa.
And I'm Nemo. And we just nerd here.
Mom can't cook shit, so she ain't gonna make it.
My mom can't cook shit. Okay, well, that was Nemo. And we just nerd here.
Hi.
Welcome to We Just Nerd Here, episode 3, McMemories. Hopefully we don't have McDonald's come after us for using the Mc in front of it, but you know what? We're going out on a limb.
I'm not afraid of them.
How could they even?
What could that stupid clown do? I've seen it. I know how to beat him.
Because Pennywise and Ronald are exactly the same.
They are the same. They have the same colors.
They're both
everything.
creepy.
And they have yellow eyes.
Oh, speaking of Pennywise... No, you know what? I'll bring that up later. So we just nerd here. And I'm Josh.
I'm Lisa.
And I'm Nemo.
The
star of the show.
The fun drink is kicking in.
Is it? I feel like you've only had, 2 sips.
No, it's not halfway gone.
I'm
but I feel like a little bit
I'm on my
looser.
Second one.
But you're Josh.
Okay, this is not a competition.
It's not a competition. I'm just saying, drink up.
I'm trying, slowly.
Okay, so...
no pressure.
We're not alcoholics. We...
Yet. Don't be. Seriously. I don't endorse that.
I'm dry, so...
So is your humor.
This is true.
Yeah.
No, that's not even an insult. That's a fact.
It's not a bad thing. I like dry humor. I think that's why I get along so well with our friend at work who is also balding with a beard and glasses. I'll cut this part.
Dave?
Okay.
Sure.
Who are you talking about?
Tom.
Oh, okay, Tommy Toms.
Don't worry, most of that'll get cut out. Go ahead and just go lusty. Okay? On the count of 3 and I'll just edit it. Okay. When I go, our friend who...
Lusty? Or did you want me to go with 3? Lusty?
Yes, Lusty. I'm talking about Lusty.
Or his brother.
Or his brother. Either one of them. I made up an entire backstory for one of our coworkers. Was pretty in-depth and took Nemo about 6 months before I told him it wasn't true.
No, you can't even say that. Like, the story, you can't... It was so well thought out. Every single person was in on it. I couldn't go up to the guy. It's like, I can't ask him about this tragic thing. What happens if he fucking remembers? He's gonna cry. And then they're gonna like, Nemo's the guy who made Dave cry. Or Lusty cry. And I don't want to be that guy. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just bury it down and just stare at him with sadness. He'll know that I know a fake story about him.
It was so good. It was like one of the most fun things I've ever done with you.
No. Like, the minute I found out, I was like, I can't trust him. He'll lie so well. He'll make me believe that it's real, and then he'll just take it away.
And yet, here you are in his basement.
A whole year after the fact.
It's the liquor. He's been slowly feeding it to me since the beginning. Help me.
Okay.
Don't help me. I'm okay. I'm
Just
gonna keep going.
Just drink it up, buddy. Anyway, so McMemories. We are going to talk about McDonald's. I love McDonald's.
I really don't have anything to say much about this, but you guys will hear my opinions.
Well, here's the thing. Nemo didn't have McDonald's for the first time until he was in high school.
No, like, I can't even say that I just don't remember it at all. I don't remember going to a drive-thru, going through a line, wanting a kid's meal. Like, none of that.
So you don't remember, like, any of the fast food places?
Yeah, like, they served beef mainly, right? That was their main selling point.
That is
a big part of
with
fast food.
The fact that my mom never wanted me to eat beef or anything, like, the first burger that I had was a Whopper. And then after that, the second burger that I had was In-N-Out. And it blew my mind. But yeah,
but
before that, like, I didn't really care about McDonald's. I didn't know much about McDonald's. But then when high school came and they're like, you can leave during lunch. Like,
Yeah,
what do you
we
mean by
couldn't.
that? You
I
can
couldn't do
go
that.
away for a half an hour and go wherever you want. And I'm like, this is why people have friends that have cars.
And now that you're in your mid-20s, is that why we're friends?
Yeah. You have a really nice car.
Do I have... I have a decent car.
It's a pretty nice car.
Great gas mileage.
It's got great gas mileage.
We can go everywhere.
There's nothing fancy about my car, though, except for, unlike yours, it has a radio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine just has a...
hole in the floor.
It's a nice hole. You get to know the hole. Little holy.
Yeah, so, we are kind of doing a marathon recording session this weekend, trying to get some good content to bring to you. But something that happened this week, before we start on the McMemories, was a pretty big deal for me. After 20 years, Roseanne is back on television. Did either of you ever watch Roseanne?
I started watching it on Amazon Prime. I think I got somewhere near the third season, and then I kind of it dwindled down for me, and I started watching other things. Once I got hooked on another show, it kind of just didn't want me to... I just didn't want to watch that anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I totally get that. I really like the first few seasons, and then it kind of gets stale for a little bit.
I love the marriage.
It was such a good marriage.
It was such a good family.
I love John Goodman because of Roseanne.
I didn't know...
Now, I didn't love the whole show, but I loved him.
I feel like the first time I ever got to know who he was in The Big Lebowski. And I didn't even get to watch the whole movie the first time.
That's so weird.
I have never seen that movie.
That's your first impression of John Goodman. That's really weird.
No, I don't... Maybe he was in other things that I saw. Maybe, but I didn't relate that to a face. But once I saw him in Big Lebowski, and then I saw him in other places, I was like, that's the dude from Big Lebowski. That's that dude.
That's so weird for me, because
just like we talked about, Patrick Stewart was Picard for me everywhere.
Yeah.
I never saw the original Star Trek. The first time I saw him was in X-Men. And I was like, that's Xavier. And if you showed me him in anywhere else, I would I'll tell you the first movie that I think I was X-Men.
Right.
Straight up.
Yeah.
That's so crazy, though, because for me, John Goodman always had this, dad teddy bear kind of quality to him.
Yeah.
And in Big Lebowski, that is not who he is.
I just loved him in it. He just did such a good job.
I mean,
But I loved him in Roseanne, too. The first couple seasons, that family, they had their shit, but they were connected. They all understood each other. It's we can go through anything, and we're still gonna come out top in our own heads, in our own minds. We'll know that we're on top, even though whatever anybody else says, they don't care about that. Because inside they know that they've done their best. It's a good family.
People poop on the last season of that series, and I'm among those people. One of the things that I really liked, though, the only redeeming quality that final season of the show had, was when Blues Traveler came in and recorded lyrics to the theme song.
Huh.
And it's true. The whole series, what doesn't kill us is making us stronger. And I feel like that was at the heart of Roseanne. The Connors, every obstacle they faced, they overcame it. No matter how big or how monumental it was, on television, they really broke ground there. Yes, things did kind of happen in that late 80s, early 90s family sitcom kind of way. They found the way to resolve themselves without showing you all of the mess. But they were willing to show you some of the mess. And I think that's what set it apart for so many people, is you got to see a not perfect family. They weren't the Tanners.
Yeah, they were a mess. Their house was a mess.
Every character had an issue that they had to overcome. At least for the first couple of seasons. Even if they were small ones.
Exactly.
They were normal ones for teens at that time. They were normal ones for that family. And
they had major character flaws. And that was fantastic. They weren't.
They were human in a sense.
They didn't get over those flaws at the end of 22 minutes.
Right.
You know, between the first ad for McDonald's and the last ad for McDonald's.
Yeah, so it's not like a happy ending every time.
Exactly. Right. And that's what I liked. So this week was a huge deal for me. I thought about taking a little time off work so I could be home to watch it. I wanted to be home watching that show this week, and I couldn't. But
if anything, that whole show just made me appreciate how good a strong relationship is.
The thing to take away from the reboot of Roseanne, they're the only TV series that I have ever seen to do it right.
What do you mean? Like the reboot?
It's not even a reboot. It's a revival. They brought it back. It takes place, 20 years down the line. Ignoring the final season, It picks up 20 years later, and the same characters you love are there, and they're still flawed. And I think that's what I love about it. It felt like I was watching the exact same show, like it had never come off the air.
That's good. That's hard to achieve.
It still felt
That's really hard to achieve after that long of a break.
It didn't feel like Fuller House feels like a parody of itself.
I never wanted to watch that one. Nothing about it intrigued me. It didn't have it. It wasn't the same.
I haven't been able to get myself.
I get that it's about the daughter or the oldest child, right?
Yeah, it's about
That doesn't. It was a family of.
Exactly.
Before anything,
and they tried to recreate the formula with the original without focusing on the same group of characters.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Roseanne brought back the same group of characters. All of those characters that you knew and love, if they're still alive, rest in peace, Mr. Quinn, we get to see them at some point. Even if they're, bigger stars on other shows now, or they got nominated for Academy Awards this year.
Seriously.
They came back.
Was that George Clooney's first break? That's where I saw I knew on George Clooney from Oceans and everything, but
that was
when I saw him in there,
the longest guest role that he had.
Yeah, because it was amazing to see his face. I was like, "That's a young George Clooney."
What
the heck? Was this before?
I feel like his first acting role, big one that he's known for, came just before Roseanne, and he was on The Facts of Life in one of their later final seasons.
Honestly, the only earliest thing I can remember about him.
I know that there was somebody on one of the later seasons. I feel like it was George Clooney.
I don't know. I just know that people really fell for him on ER. That's really all I know.
All I know is when I saw him there, I was like, this has got to be the role that broke him out a little bit. Right. It had to have been. Because he was on there for 2 seasons. At least the 2 seasons that I saw him.
Yeah, that's he played with Booker for that recurring role for... 2 seasons.
It's about 2 seasons.
It may have just been the one. Sometimes with Roseanne in syndication, it's hard to tell.
It's
season 1 from season 2. It was a big deal. It was fantastic. It got amazing ratings. Highest premiere of the year. So I just, I wanted to say, that's the big thing this week. Like we talked about last time, Ready Player One also just came out. Lots of fun stuff happening. But if I was going to pick one of the two, Ready Player One was definitely second to the revival of Roseanne coming out. So
I don't think that would have been the same for me if I saw Roseanne. Again, I guess I wasn't as dedicated to the show as you were, but it felt easy to get lost into it. It
wasn't even a dedication. It was just
it wasn't
TV shows when I was a child weren't necessarily constants because where we were overseas watching the one English channel that the military broadcast out, the shows were not necessarily shown in order. So you'd get them in sequential order, like season 1 and then the episodes, and season 2 and then the episodes. But if a show was popular in the States, you would not see it come over there for a year and a half. So it was always behind. They might show the first couple seasons, and then if it became unpopular in the States at season 3, they would never show season 3, 4, or 5 if it kept going.
Okay, I guess.
So a lot of my TV memories come from syndication.
No, I get it. I'm just saying, when I was watching the show, it wasn't one of those shows for me where I would just get lost in it constantly and I want to know what happens next. It's if I paused it right here, it's not going to make a difference to me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to care because I know it's going to be I can unpause it whenever I want. And it's not something that's going to stick to my head.
But, for me, I feel like ABC, which,
is it the original network too?
Yeah. Original network, original actors. Roseanne is still an executive producer, and now so is, I'm going to kick myself for not remembering it.
I don't know.
Anyway, You're amazing. Sarah Gilbert. Sarah Gilbert.
Sarah Gilbert.
Yep. She is fantastic.
I don't know who that is.
She's the brunette, the curly hair.
Oh, the middle child.
She was always my favorite character.
You would recognize her probably now.
If I saw her, I know who she is.
Well, she guested on the Big Bang Theory a couple times.
Yeah, I think I read somewhere where she and that one dude were like together or something.
Yeah. And then her and Leonard So there you go. Yeah. That's your
because he was
that.
On Roseanne.
But, that's what this podcast is.
Uh-huh.
In later seasons.
And Baby Daddy.
Is it a real baby?
No, like on the show.
No, on the show.
Like, I know that she has a kid, right?
On the show.
No, in real life, doesn't she?
I don't know that she does.
I think she does.
Pretty sure
she has a kid.
Lesbian, so I mean
she
not
could
that you
still
can't have kids,
yeah.
Lisa. Anyway,
I just said not that you can't, but also he's happily married. Like he's
no, that's cool.
And,
yeah,
I thought you were saying that an actual baby. I was like, that's their real kid. I was like, whoa.
No.
Basically, I just wanted to bring it up because it does. It was a big deal this week, and that's what we're here for. This episode is about McMemories and McDonald's, and we're getting to that, I promise. But it also just goes to show you what that nostalgia can do. People wanted more Roseanne. They got more Roseanne.
I think you have to be in a separate group for that. You have to be in a certain age group. And
I'm not talking about just for Roseanne, though. Ready Player One, the Doritos bags. Even you thought those were fantastic. You were not alive when those bags were being used.
Yeah, like I saw it, I was like, whoa.
I did not notice them at all in the movie.
No, when I saw them, I turned to Josh and I was like, Doritos.
Yeah, and they were pretty prominent. But just, in movies like that, that's what it speaks to. It speaks to the past. Not everyone is going to get the reference. Not everyone is going to feel nostalgic about the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I just love how they did it, though. Like, that video gamers are going to have Doritos. But the way they did it as a throwback to the classics.
To the classic stereotype of what a nerd is in his mom's basement playing video games.
If I didn't have Doritos, and that's the chip you'd want.
Is it? I want
cool brand. No, man.
I want Planters cheese curls in the can.
No, I'm
not going to name names, but the most ridiculous gamer that I know is always messing up his controllers because his hands are covered in Dorito dust.
Doritos are the bomb. Like, if I could have flaming hot puff Cheetos, oh my god.
Puff Cheetos are awful.
No. Puff Cheetos are like a little cloud in your mouth, and you're just like chewing on a little cloud. But if they could be like a hot cloud, that would be so nice. Because they don't make flaming hot Cheeto puffs. And just a little
All right.
Okay.
So, now that Nemo has shared his McMemory for the day.
Dude, that would be so cool if they actually they just don't make them.
You should petition
here
them.
is our first pick, and since Nemo says he doesn't have any, we're going to go ahead and hand it over to Lisa.
So my earliest memory of McDonald's, which, I know this isn't true that I never went to McDonald's as a little kid, but my earliest memories of McDonald's are going to my friend's house and her mom taking us to McDonald's to get a Happy Meal. And it was like, yeah, I got a Happy Meal. I don't know, it was... I feel like we went to Burger King more when I was a kid or something. I don't really know.
I really wish I was, in the hype with you guys. This whole Happy Meal thing is just no. I don't know how, these little kids that are on the TV are like, yeah, let's go get a Happy Meal. And I'm like, I can't relate to you.
I almost feel like I wish I had that experience, though, because, looking back at the things that I was super indoctrinated by TV to want... It's like, why did I want those? Oh, literally just because there were commercials every single day.
Yeah, you wouldn't get that. I was thinking, where's that little boy's lentils? Where's his spinach? Where's his little tortillas? Why does this kid get these happy little shapes to put in his mouth?
Happy
and then all of a sudden...
Are you referring to the different shapes of the McNugget?
Yeah, but then at the end, when he's finished... He gets a little toy. I don't get a toy. I get a good job. You ate your food. I'm glad you're not going to go to bed hungry.
Okay. No, Happy Meals. I mean, that's the heart and soul of McDonald's right there.
Yeah, like, I feel like if you're a kid and you got that, like, it brought you in. And then as you got older, it just reeled you. And you love McDonald's from that on.
Yeah.
Like, you get used to the taste, you get used to the flavors, you get used to what they do. But being me, like, being in high school and having McDonald's, and I was like, okay, these are just chicken nuggets. But they were the best nuggets. They were the best. Out of all the places. They were the best nuggets. And their fries are amazing. They're up there.
So,
yes.
Lisa, you were saying your family, was more of kind of a Burger King family. Do you, for me, it was all about McDonald's. Even though the only, fast food place on the military base that was, a chain was Burger King. I do not have quite the same fond memories for the Burger King Kids Club that I do for a Happy Meal.
I'm even with just general in food. Like, if I were to compare the two, I would never go to Burger King over McDonald's.
It has its place.
I remember when I was
I feel like it's all water.
10-ish or so, and I decided that Burger King had better food than McDonald's, and I felt
you are wrong.
I felt cool.
Nope.
I felt cool. Like I had woken up from this childhood dream.
Enlightenment. She had an epiphany.
But for me, the paper crowns from Burger King, I loved those.
Oh, you get one of those.
I was a princess.
In-N-Out too, and Krispy Kreme.
I was a princess.
Not a crown though.
I don't care about a crown.
Yeah.
You get a cool
paper hat.
Yeah, that's a cool hat. It can be a boat.
I never got one from In-N-Out.
Well, next time we go to In-N-Out, you'll have to get one.
Yeah, you'll get a cool hat.
Okay.
I mean, both of you live close to In-N-Out Burger, so
it's true.
I don't really care about the crown. Like,
it's just out of the way for me.
You bite down on the sandwiches. That's like you're drinking water.
I give you that. I had them.
So...
The first time I went to In-N-Out, I hated it. It had to grow on me.
Not In-N-Out. I'm talking about Burger King.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm talking about In-N-Out. No, I'm talking about Burger King. No. Burger King is like water. It's like half of it's like the actual meat, and then they just pump it up with water, and you're biting down. It's like,
no, because they grill it and then they store it in water.
That often, I usually go for chicken
sandwiches. No, like I'm talking about the club chicken sandwich. Like I can vividly remember that biting down, and it felt like here's the sandwich, right?
Yeah, the Burger King
much was like meat.
The classic chicken salad is weird.
Yeah,
I felt like I was biting down on air, and it was chewy. I was like, air isn't chewy.
So,
okay.
Is there a specific Happy Meal that you remember, making you feel like that was the thing to do, was have a Happy Meal?
Well, that's the thing, is that I do have a lot of, I did have a lot of classic Happy Meal toys. So I really can't say that I never went as a kid. I don't know why I remember so vividly going with my friends. But
it was always fun to go, when you were with a friend and they got to go to dinner with you, it was great.
Yeah.
But when your friend's family was taking you to dinner, it was like...
Yeah, that must have been it. Because it was
It was an event.
No, I can get
treatment.
Did you have that, Nemo? Or
only when I was in high school, I guess. But that wasn't really their parents taking me. It's like, we both decided, hey... After class, let's go get some food.
Were you allowed to go over to friends' houses when you were a kid?
It's not good that I did into my personal life.
Okay.
Oh my God. I'm literally leaning.
I know you're tired, but it's
not tired.
Marathon.
I'm just it's hitting me now. I feel so heavy.
Okay.
All right. So
Nemo's drinking.
Nemo is drinking. All right.
Your feet are cold.
Stop playing footsie.
I'm not playing footsie. He's like, his foot touched my shin. I was like, ew, that is a cold foot.
With McDonald's, it was all about the Happy Meal. The food was good. It was good when you were a kid.
No, dude, I've seen one. They're so... Okay, I guess if you're a kid, the hype was in the toy.
Yes.
The hype was that if you get this one specific meal, you get this toy. So you look past the fact that you're getting, a little sandwich, maybe, a slice of an apple, and a drink.
Okay, I'm not talking about a modern Happy Meal, Nemo.
They didn't even have apples.
I'm talking about our Happy Meals, okay?
So, a fry.
No. McDonald's used to be filling. Okay, you didn't have to go in and feel like you were being fat to get enough to eat. No, you would go in and you'd order a meal and they'd give you enough food to make you full.
So what changed then?
Parents were like, "You're making my kid fat." And they changed the Happy Meal. So the Happy Meal now is, a cheeseburger, you can get fries or apple slices.
And then you get like yogurt, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Go-Gurt.
And you can have soda, water, or milk. When we were kids, you got soda.
Okay, I guess I can see it being a hype, being at a.
The fries were a small fry.
No,
now they have kid-sized fries, which is legit like 3 French fries.
No, I get that. Like, I can get the hype now that if you're a kid at a sleepover and all of a sudden you hear, "We're gonna go get Happy Meals," and you're like, wow, happiness is like real right now?
Yeah,
and then you go for the first time, and I wish I was a kid and I got to go to like a sleepover where they're like, "We're gonna go to Mickey D's," and I'm like, what the fuck is that? And then they're like, "You ever had a Happy Meal?" I was like, "No, you get a toy." What? They give you a toy for eating? You're like, "Yeah." So you get a toy, and then all of a sudden I was like, holy shit, I've been living life wrong. But no, that did not happen. But I can get it. Like, if you're a kid, even having that Happy Meal, that would be an amazing moment. I get it.
No, and it was.
Like, even with you, like, some of the stuff that you introduced me to, it's fun. It's like, wow. I could have done that as a kid.
What a surprise. Fun.
I don't know how to explain it. It's like, it doesn't even bring me back to anywhere. It's just fun in the moment. You know?
Well, yeah.
That's what I feel like if you had a Happy Meal as a kid back then, it was like. Because who the fuck wants apples?
Nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody wants apples. My daughter loves fruit.
I like apples.
Okay, no, my daughter loves fruit.
I like French fries.
She will
more,
not
though.
eat the pre-cut slimy apples that you get from McDonald's.
Yeah, those are creepy.
Yeah.
How do
Give
they
me
keep
McDonald's
fresh forever?
brand cookies, okay? Give me a little thing of cookies to go with my French fries.
They give you cookies?
Yeah, so that was the other thing you got in the Happy Meal.
I forgot about the
your
cookies.
Drink, a milkshake, your fries.
Wait. You got a drink and a milkshake?
No.
None.
No.
Drink or milkshake.
Okay.
You'd pay more for the milkshake.
I'm just thinking, like, whoa. This is... Why? Why did they stop? What kind of mom? I feel like it's a mom who, like, hated vaccines that said, I don't want my kid to have a French fry. Give me a damn piece of apple. Not even a healthy one.
That's exactly what it was, Nemo. Jenny McCarthy ruined Happy Meals.
She's killing Americans.
But, no, you got little cookies in bags, okay?
They were so good.
Or sometimes they were in boxes, if it was old.
Are we talking, like, super soft, like, melt-in-your-mouth cookies?
No,
They were,
like animal crackers.
They were...
You know, like the circus animals?
Yeah.
Yeah, you got, like, those, but they were shaped like McDonald Land characters, like Birdie and Grimace.
No, they had chocolate chip cookies, too.
They did?
I feel like
Yeah, I had chocolate chip cookies.
I only ever got the, like, animal cracker McDonald Land cookies.
Oh, dude, that would be awesome, though, if they were, like, nice and soft.
They weren't soft. They were like the ones that you get in the little bags.
No, I know what you're talking about. Like, well, I'm just
But they had
saying,
these little
I like
tiny
really
chocolate chips.
soft
They were
cookies,
good.
though. Like, if they were the nice soft ones.
Well, yeah, now as an adult, they're great, but when you're a kid, like, a cookie's a cookie.
No.
In fact,
Not for me.
Well, okay, sometimes a cookie is not a cookie.
Cookie is not good. Like, if I need milk to, like, soften you up or, like, to douse you down, no. A nice, soft cookie. It's like,
I don't know. I like crunchy cookies and soft cookies.
I can't
and these
stand
were
crunchy
the
cookies.
crunchy ones.
Yeah. But, again, it's that thing, though. You get a meal, you get a toy, and you have dessert all built into the meal. You didn't get dessert at home every night when you were a kid, but when you had a Happy Meal, you got dessert. You had desserts when you were a kid?
No, like, desserts, like, if you take the American idea of what a dessert is, like, you have your main course, and then at the end you have your, like, a little bowl of ice cream, or a little bit of something sweet, whatever, right? That doesn't happen in my house. It's like, we'll have it there, but it's not a dedicated time. It's not a dedicated meal or something.
I think that was definitely true for me, too.
It's whenever you wanted it, but my mom ain't gonna get up and like, You want ice cream right now? Okay, well, it's called a hot spoon, and you just scoop it yourself.
Are you really disappointed that your mom wasn't like your
No,
servant?
I'm loving the fact that none of the women in my house did any of that kind of crap. Like,
Yeah.
if you wanted something, there was a time to get it. You didn't get it at that time. We'll still give it to you, but you're gonna know why I'm doing this. You will remember not to ask me after everyone has eaten because you didn't feel hungry. Then it came to the moment that, like, if it happened too much, my mom would just, like, make it. It's like, it's there, you can warm it up.
I think that's a pretty... I feel like that happens to everybody. That's more universal than you're thinking.
Yeah, no. Like,
That's a thing.
yeah, but...
We're doing that with my daughter right now. Like, no, this is what we're having. I'm not hungry. I don't want that. No, this is what we're having. It's a long time to breakfast.
No, like, that only happened, though, like, after I got to a certain age and I can start using the microwave and all that kind of stuff, right? That's when my mom would be like, we made you some food here. Whenever you're hungry, just get it.
Like
Do
how his
not.
tone changed, and all of a sudden his mom is much nicer.
No, she's not like... She's my mom, man. Like, you're always gonna love your mom.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So, to me, like, she's everything. I just can't even get into the enigma that is my mom.
Okay.
Well, there's plenty of time for us to have therapy sessions.
Yeah.
No, but
as we go down the line.
I love the fact that none of the women in my house, though, that didn't work. You like you listen to us. It's not the other way around. You're a small
It's a
kid.
matriarchy.
I can beat you. You're not a white kid. You're an Indian. We do things different.
All right.
Okay.
Well, for me, my biggest and most fond memory of McDonald's is actually going to McDonald's and getting to play. But it's not the playing that, like Nemo's going to be super familiar with. Hopefully Lisa remembers this. The old McDonald's playground.
Yeah, I never got to play on those.
Wait, what do you mean?
They were
Like
death
not
traps.
the
Yeah.
playhouse thing that they have now?
No. They used to be outside.
That's
no,
so healthy, though.
I never.
No, that's
Oh,
a good
yeah.
idea.
Playground.
No, so
You get
like
real
there
air.
was- you know how they have those like jungle gyms that are, like domes and they have the geometric shape to them?
Okay, yeah, I did do that.
Okay, there was one that was Grimace, so it had Grimace's head on the top and it was purple, and your head would get stuck in it, like if you did it wrong. These
How can
things
you
were,
do that wrong?
These things were death traps.
That doesn't make sense. How can you do it wrong?
Well, all of the sodium from the meal you just ate kind of affected things, and you just weren't thinking right.
So you mean like you fall and hurt yourself? Or like, how do you get your head stuck in a thing that has
They
a
weren't
hole like
big
that's
enough.
big?
No, they weren't like giant. Like it was really easy to get stuck in these things.
Give me a size comparison.
I don't have one, Nemo.
Like,
I
are we
don't-
talking like sedan big, or are we talking like like a couple of sedans?
I mean,
If your parents are taking you to McDonald's for a Happy Meal every single day, maybe a 5-year-old is the size of a sedan.
however,
I don't know.
Okay, no. Imagine a sedan. Was it as big as that sedan?
Okay.
The hole?
No,
No.
it was like
The place at itself.
No, it was
Nemo.
like from the edge of that table to that chair. And this is great radio because you can't see it, but it wasn't that big.
Josh
Okay.
is stretching his arms out.
Okay. That I can understand a kid getting his head stuck in. I'm talking about the giant ones that you would see during recess.
No, it
No.
wasn't. It wasn't that big. Okay, it still had to occupy the same space that one occupies.
Okay, see
today.
that makes sense now. I was like, how could a kid get his head stuck in something like that?
No, it wasn't like there was a McDonald's and then like the entire city park behind it type thing. It was that little space in front of McDonald's was a playground.
That's just sad.
And it had like cement tables or...
Wow, you just like painted a really... I just imagined a kid alone on a swing and then you hear the little...
No, it wasn't
And the-
like that though, because everything at the playground, it was the McDonald Land playground. So Grimace was the monkey bar jungle gym thing.
No, I wouldn't
The
be able to
Fry
do that.
Guys were the little like horses
Teeter-totter?
that you rode. No, like they were on a spring.
Oh yeah, those little...
And they like if they were really really old, like they just flop forward and
That's the best kind,
you'd
though.
hurt
You
yourself,
can get some real fun out of those ones.
right? And then like the one that I went to when I was a kid had a merry-go-round, but not one that was kid-powered. It had a legit merry-go-round.
Okay,
What?
straight up. Like, the only merry-go-rounds I've been on are the ones that are motorized. I've never seen one where a kid just runs and just...
No?
We're going to take
Yeah,
you to the park out.
buddy.
I've never seen one.
If you're really good...
I've never seen a teeter-totter.
If you're really good, when we're
I've been on a
done
teeter-totter.
this, we will take you to...
You just didn't.
It was
You
never
had your
at a
eyes
school, like,
closed?
none of my schools.
You've never seen one, but you've been on one?
No. I've never been on or seen one of those merry-go-rounds, but I've seen a teeter-totter. I've been on a teeter-totter, but they were never at any of the schools that I've been to.
Okay.
My
they're
elementary school
dangerous.
had teeter-totters.
Nemo is
My
the
first,
second
like,
generation.
3
They
years.
had a ton of swings.
Yeah,
I
but
love
teeter-totters, kids got hurt. They took them out.
Yeah.
Why? That seems like such an amazing, like, a lot of fun.
Until you get thrown by a heavy kid.
Yeah, until
I would try to launch myself. I would try to get the
I-
kid.
No,
People
until
did-
I sit down
kids
on
did.
it. Yeah, and they got hurt. They broke
Yeah,
their
they got
arms. They
hurt.
scratched
Screw that.
open their heads.
I can just remember, like, I would get, like, other kids.
Okay.
Like, let's do this.
But if
We're all gonna
you're
have fun.
But
the
if you're not
school,
lucky,
you don't want to get sued.
and
So you
that's-
take them out.
That is so... Everybody's become lame.
Well, yeah,
Well, yeah.
but
It's true.
No, like, those kind of things, like,
The United
make
States,
memories.
the
It makes you
kids-
stronger.
The kids
as a
here
kid.
don't know how to play.
I don't know.
It's true.
I'm not saying it isn't a good thing, but you should not. Getting hurt doesn't necessarily.
It's not about getting the hurt part. It's about innovating yourself. Like, you see this, and they're taking the opportunity to achieve something.
Right, but that's not the school's place. Okay, the school's place is
Yeah.
not to make you innovative or teach you anything.
This is-
It's supposed to mold you. You're not
mold
there to
you into
have
what?
fun. Whatever their idea of perfect is.
See, that is just stupid.
So they took him out of schools. I'm sorry you never got to go
I mean-
to a school. If you want, we'll take a barrel and a wood board and go to a school, and you can sit on one side and I'll jump on the other.
I do think he has an argument though that we're dumbing down things for kids. By
I don't even say
making them
dumbing
too
down.
safe.
There's no argument there. Like I'm not saying that it's stupid.
You're eliminating the chance. You're eliminating the option of chance. You're eliminating choice. You're not letting the kids figure it out themselves.
Exactly. That's why
Like,
what I mean by
figured
dumbing
out
down.
How height made a difference in basketball. From my 6th grade teacher, playing speed, being right in front of him, and he just slamming the ball in my face. He was like 6'5". I was like 4 foot. And we played on the big hoops. Like, he wouldn't even let us play on the small ones. He's like, nah, you're in my classroom. We're playing on the big ones, and if you can't make it, you can't make it. But it was fun, because you knew you wanted to beat him. You wanted to strive to get him out.
Did you ever play with your coach at McDonald's?
What coach?
Shut up. But no, like, this McDonald's had, like, a legit merry-go-round with McDonald's characters on it, and you, like, pushed a button on the wall, and
What?
there was no adult supervision.
No, so like this merry-go-round, was it one of those ones that you see now where you sit on something, or is it one of the old school ones where you just sit on the edge and hold the bar and it just spins?
No, that's
it's
what
a
he's
merry-go-round.
saying.
It's a
It was
carousel.
a merry-go-round.
You know what a carousel is?
Yeah, the one that
Ride
they do,
on
right?
the
Where you're on those little
creature.
animals
you
and
ride
then
the
it goes up and
horse.
down.
Yeah. It was one of those. It had
How many
4.
seats?
It just had
Okay.
4. So it was like the ones you'd find outside of a supermarket.
And,
They put the quarter
and
in.
nobody was operating it? Like
You
that?
operated it.
So you could choose the speed?
No. There was a button on the wall. You pushed the button and it started going.
Goes for a certain amount of time.
That's so
And then you'd get off and push it again. But there was nobody yelling at you not to stand up. Don't hang off the edges. Don't drag that kid behind you. I watched so many little Japanese kids like beat the crap out of their siblings with this merry-go-round.
No, I'm talking about the, like, okay, you know what kind of merry-go-rounds I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, the one at Lagoon.
Yeah.
No, like, I've been on those ones. I'm talking about the ones
he's
with the
talking
bars.
about the ones,
The kid-powered
the
one.
kid
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we know what you're talking
We've
about.
already established that. We talked about that. You've never been on one.
We've
Yeah,
been
yeah.
on them.
So,
At least I have.
Yeah.
I have never
There's
been on
one in Lava Hot
I've
Springs.
only seen one. I've only seen them in, like, Russian videos.
Well, there's one down the street, buddy. After we eat dinner, we'll take you there.
You guys push me. I'm gonna try to lay down.
I don't want to see him hurl,
I'm
so.
seriously, like, I can't sit still.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's one of the things that I miss is the McDonald Land play place, that old school playground with the equipment that would break a modern child.
The merry-go-round would be cool, but everything else just seems so bleak. Like the way you described it, like
what big colorful purple jungle gym?
No, it's not a big colorful gym. You got a limited space.
Every playground is a limited
playground
space.
Yeah.
No. Like if you take like elementary school or anything, you have that whole back place. You can do whatever you want. And I get it. It's McDonald's.
But at your elementary school, think about an elementary school in New York.
Yeah.
It's in the middle of a big city. They don't even have playgrounds at some of those. They play on the roof.
Yeah. Dude, that would be baller too.
Right, but it's that same limited space.
No, but you're on a roof. That's different.
I mean, there's walls around the roof.
No, I'm not.
They're not jumping from.
There's something about it though that brings it to you.
Somebody is.
I'm just saying, like that kind of thing. There's a different aspect to it, and it brings out a different type of feel. Like, if I had to play basketball or run around on the top of a roof of a building, I'd have a different feeling than playing in the grass or playing on the ground or somewhere near a park. Like, it's different.
That's true.
You have a different environment. But I'm talking, all the McDonald's have to go by a code, right? Yeah. They all have to be the same. Or they can't differentiate unless you're in a different country. Then they have to abide by their rules and their laws.
Man, it's a
Other
franchise.
than if you take the United States alone, all of them are the same. I would think that that's bleak as hell. Like, I don't want to go see such a small little jungle gym. Definitely not a purple dude that could eat me. No, like, I don't get it. Like, again, I never had these characters. I never had this Happy Meal kind of thing.
Right, you never like, did them.
Like, if I walked into one, I would not play in it.
Now.
No, then.
No, you would. I'm telling you, you would have.
I would have to see it
because you're not Nemo sized. You're not as big as you are now. You're tiny little scrawny underdeveloped Nemo, who's 2 feet tall, who's 2 feet tall and just running around. To you, that space is huge. Now you look at a play area and you go, "How did I fit on that?"
Okay, time out. All right, I get what you're saying now. I'm thinking about like how if I had to go to a mall with my mom, right? And it would just be constant like JCPenney, Macy's, and all this crap. Yeah. If they had a little small playpen, I would have loved to go there instead. So I guess that's what it would have been like. Because
all of the malls in California now have the exact same play area, which is creepy.
No, see, I don't like that. I would love if people differentiated everything too. That'd be so cool. Like, add your own twist to it.
Yeah,
it would be
you
nice.
have such an. I get you have the same food and the same brand name, but do something a little bit different than the store across the street.
You're so angry.
You really are.
I don't know. Like, it just makes me mad. It's like,
you know what?
You have the option.
I'm going to take you to that Burger King that's right down the street from your house that I sent you pictures of, where the interior...
Yeah, I've been to that one. That was where I had my first Whopper.
Yeah, the interior hasn't been updated since 1987.
I don't sit inside. I'm going to drive
No, I'm going to take you inside, and then, because you can tell they don't care about the place, we'll play on the playpen. You and me.
Okay. You get stuck anywhere, I'm not helping you, and I'm taking your keys to go.
But what if my head gets stuck in a honey pot again?
You're taking the honey pot with you.
All right.
That'll be...
And I don't think they're going to care if it's
great
that
thing
old
to explain to
and
Heather.
So,
I have a honey pot now.
Lisa, what's your next pick?
My next pick was going to be talking about the toys, because, like, the toys that came in the Happy Meal.
Oh, right?
Okay. I do, like, remember, like, you know, like, how you would have certain shows that just grow on people and they becomes merchandisable, right? Like, you can, like, I'm trying to, like, let's say, you have, like, Hello Kitty or, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Or something like that, right? They would make toys for those.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I heard about those.
Yeah.
I never had one.
But you heard about them.
Yeah, it's like you...
So you knew that the Happy Meal had toys based on shows that you wanted.
Shows that I watched.
And you wanted those toys.
I didn't know. I just know that you got a toy for eating. I don't know. Like, what the heck?
Well,
my mom's been doing it wrong forever.
My favorite Happy Meal toys were before they used licensed stuff. It was when they used their own stuff. Like, they had the chicken nuggets... The McNugget Buddies, and they were super cool. I especially love the Halloween ones.
Oh, those came out in like 96.
I was 4.
I loved them. They were really fun.
They were fantastic. I never got any of those. I have the original.
I still have them somewhere, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, I've got my original McNugget buddies. I've got the little... This is what I always wanted to grow up to be, was the popcorn vendor. Like,
I don't know that I ever had those.
Oh, yeah, he was like, why would you make a popcorn vending McNugget buddy?
Yeah, that's very strange.
So lame. But they did like... So, like, the first wave that you know, police officer, fireman, cowboy.
Yeah.
I think the only female character was the mail carrier. Because you couldn't
That
have a
sounds about
mailman,
right.
you had to have a mail lady. And
Progressive.
yeah, McDonald's was ahead of its
We're
time.
winning right now. Hashtag progressive. I'm really tired. I feel like...
I think you gave Nemo too much alcohol.
Not enough.
But my favorites were the Happy Meal Transformers.
The changeables.
That turned into, like, dinosaurs.
Yes.
They
the
were
McDonald's
so cool.
Changeables. They were fantastic. So they did 3 waves of these. The first wave, you had a Big Mac, and then you had a box of McNuggets. You didn't actually have the individual nuggets. You had a McNugget box, a little 4-piece, and an Egg McMuffin, and fries, and a milkshake.
Yeah, milkshake.
If one of them is an Optimus Prime or a Power Ranger, I would not have cared.
No. Like
so here's what's the commercial.
What?
The commercial for these came like this close to basically saying they were Transformers.
Yeah.
Without using the word Transformers, going right down to the sound of them transforming. It's almost exactly just like that. But it was so cool because you were like, you could play 2 ways. You could play with like a little robot, or you just had tiny food that was so cool. You had like tiny little Whoppers.
Or you could get like a little car
Macs.
or a robot.
Yeah.
Or a dinosaur.
No, it wasn't like a car. Like, all they did was sit there, like, you've popped up the head and you pulled out the arms.
Well, how would you play with just a regular fries?
You would pretend
You
to
would pretend to eat them.
Then all of a sudden it turns into a robot and eats
Like-
you?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then the second wave was more, they got rid of the Egg McMuffin, because who the hell wants an Egg McMuffin? And they did
I do.
a styrofoam box for the hotcakes.
Yeah.
You always get a biscuit.
It turned into a pterodactyl.
No, that was the third wave, which
Oh.
was the McDino changeables.
Yeah, okay.
So a McMuffin turned into a pterodactyl?
No, hotcakes, pancakes.
The hot cakes.
The pancake box
Oh.
turned into a pterodactyl.
It had wings, man.
Yeah. No, like, all of these were really cool. I still have all of mine.
They were so cool.
I don't have any.
I've been
that
looking at getting my daughter a set to play with in her little kitchen.
You mean like on
That would be
eBay?
cool.
Yeah. So that she can have McDonald's
Why don't you just let her play with
too.
yours?
I don't know where they are. I have them still. I have every single toy from my childhood out in the garage. You want to help me find them?
No.
That's intense.
You know what? Actually, I would. I would want to see everything like that's there. I think I would have like a blast with
So
pass.
this sounds like
That
the
would be
summer
kind of
episode.
fun.
We'll go through my garage and you guys can help me clean it out. We'll
Do we
talk
get to
about
keep
what we
anything?
find. If you're good, we'll see.
Okay.
Because I'm pretty sure I have every Burger King Happy Meal toy or kids meal toy between 1990 and 1999.
You can keep those.
As much as I love McDonald's, it was expensive when I was a kid because it was dollars to yen.
So because it wasn't on base, right? So you actually had to go off.
I actually had
base.
to go off base, And
Was this the same way in Italy too?
yeah,
Wow.
So wait, did they change it up now?
no,
Is it still the same way?
it's still Burger King.
Does Burger King have a military contract?
They have the contract and Taco Bell.
Yeah, because I
and
think
Popeyes.
Huh.
I remember
Interesting.
seeing them in like I wonder how they do it with schools too, because you see certain brands in like the U or BYU or stuff like that,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so like they have a contract. I do know some places had Subway. At one point,
Not
the
anymore.
Navy had a contract with Wendy's, but that was way before.
Wow.
Did you guys hear about what Wendy's did?
Wendy's is always doing something.
No.
Wendy's is the Florida man of fast food restaurants.
No,
goodness.
dude, I don't even care. Florida Man's awesome. They dropped an EP, right? They dropped 5 songs. They dissed every single fast food chain there is. They dissed McDonald's a lot.
Wendy's did?
Yeah, they released it on. It's We Beefin'.
Are they the ones that do the Twitter account?
Yeah,
Oh,
they released an actual album. They hired someone, rapped it all out.
Hilarious.
Gotta
The
say,
raps are so good.
Their Super Bowl ad this year where they call out McDonald's specifically.
Yeah.
My heart is with McDonald's, but
Dude, that was on.
I love all fast food equally, except for McDonald's. Like, everyone else is in the same level, but McDonald's is always on top.
I don't think you can beat them.
But I gotta give Wendy's props.
Yeah. No, you guys have to listen to the songs. Like,
Oh, we will.
Okay.
but I'm with Josh on that. Like, no matter how much you do it, if McDonald's does it too, they're gonna do it better. It will make you want to go back. I've had nuggets from all of them. I only want McNuggets.
Okay, but
Fries, only from
I
McDonald's.
only feel that way about McNuggets and fries, though.
I don't really know about the
personally.
burgers. I tend to think I would never go to Burger King. Screw that. Wendy's
talking about McNuggets, one of my other picks, and we're kind of getting out of order. Special McNuggets. Okay, when I was a kid, they did like McNuggets Shanghai, which I made you guys watch the commercial for earlier. And though by today's standards, it's culturally
Definitely
insensitive.
racist.
Yes,
No, okay, wait.
It's very racist.
So did they change the flavor of it too, or was it just the same
so,
McNuggets?
So it was the same McNuggets, but it was like a special promotion. So when
Special
McNuggets Shanghai
sauces.
came out, there was no sweet and sour sauce. That came from McNuggets Shanghai. The same with hot mustard, which they discontinued before 2010.
I don't care about that one.
And then the teriyaki
actually
sauce.
liked
They were limited time sauces, which is something I think you can relate to right now.
Yeah.
Because you freaked out about Szechuan sauce.
Anybody who knows Rick and Morty, the name, that Szechuan sauce blew your mind. Like when I heard it, when you told me for the first time when they were releasing it, but they didn't do it the biggest promotion like as they did this time. It was just a small promotion.
Well, this
Basically-
one had no promotion. They just got the sauce and word of mouth.
No, yeah, but the one before this one,
Right,
you know,
the one from October.
everybody was going crazy about it. A dude sold his car to get one packet.
Yeah.
Like
That's insane.
no, people were waiting in line and they ran out. So this dude opened up his packet and it was like $10 per dip. And people were just dipping and they were giving him $10. Like
That's insane.
no, people waited for days. No, okay, not days.
I mean,
but for hours.
yeah,
I don't know if it was days. Maybe in certain parts they
I'm sure someone
People probably
got
camped
out of
out.
tent.
right.
Like if I understood it, like I always wanted to know what it tasted like after that show. I didn't even know about it, and when the first time I heard about it, I asked this guy, "What the heck is Szechuan sauce? Is this real or not?" I didn't even look it up because I knew that he would know.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
came into work
yeah.
and
Like,
were like,
I don't even look on the internet. He'll tell me more than they know.
you came into
That's
work
true.
and you were like, so I watched Rick and Morty. Have you seen it yet? Yeah, I watched the new one. Okay, what the hell is Szechuan sauce? Is it a thing? Like, yeah, it was a
And
thing.
then he told me about Mulan and how they brought it. That was the promotion for it. And then they brought it back, and it was just a huge craze. And I wanted one then. I just couldn't afford the $250 on eBay to buy a single
of
pack.
sauce.
I mean, now that you've tried it, aren't you glad that you didn't spend $250 for it, though?
No, I think that would have been an awesome story.
yeah, a lot of what Nemo does spend money on and what I spend money on
is
is
for the story.
yeah,
No, like, it's for the
the
experience.
Yeah.
It's, you know,
That's true. That's true.
I would have been a little pissed. I was like, okay. This was
Dude,
a
this is a
$250,
sauce.
but I would be so happy that I was one of many. Like
Okay.
not everybody got a chance, but I did. I decided to, screw it, double down on it, and get this
Right.
sauce.
Yeah.
But then,
You'd be a little sore now because you could buy or just go in and get cases of it.
no, but like when you had it and you let me try for the first, it's a great sauce. It tastes
is.
delicious.
It does. It adds something to the pantheon of McNuggets.
Yeah, they should actually make it a thing.
But McDonald's doesn't do limited time McNugget stuff anymore. All of this stuff they focus on is their burgers.
I feel like that's a good thing, though, for them, promotion-wise and money-wise. Business-wise, it's brilliant, because they know they have a constant consumer.
Here's
always that money there.
Here's the thing. When you look at today's markets, what is causing the most sales? What is causing people to go crazy?
TV shows?
No. Limited time offerings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was going to say, like, Doritos Locos Tacos?
Doritos Locos Tacos. When those came out, big deal. Huge spike in sales for Taco Bell.
It saved Taco Bell.
No,
actually.
For me, it's... Like, I didn't care about it until I saw it, and then the show connected with me.
Exactly.
So that's why I wanted to try it.
Let's say McDonald's does this thing where they bring back McNugget Shanghai, and they make a racist commercial about it. Let's say they do it today. They make a racist commercial about Asian special chicken nuggets. It's going to be a thing. It's going to be in your mind. Even though you're like, this commercial is awful and racist and horrible, you're like, that sauce looks good, though.
No, yeah, it's like Chick-fil-A. Like, they came out and did their whole thing against the LGBT community, right?
Yeah.
I'm still gonna go to Chick-fil-A and have a spicy chicken sandwich.
That burrito we had yesterday was delicious.
So many followers.
I can guarantee you, people that are even part of that community will go like, they make some bomb-ass chicken. You want some of that chicken.
It's true. And, you know, screw a company's beliefs. I'm about a company's product. You know,
not all the way.
I go to
Like if they went hardcore.
No, if
Chick-fil-A went
hardcore
made
and they were
messages about it and were anti constantly,
exactly.
I wouldn't eat there.
I still have big issues with Carl's Jr. for the whole like overly sexist ads and all that.
But them, like a company's founder or owner giving money to a specific group is not going to dissuade me from the brand itself.
No, it also depends on the group too.
No, unless the brand becomes the face of that money.
Right, okay.
So, yeah, the money came from the brand. We gave him the money. That's fine.
I guess they can
but
do
he's
what
an
they want
individual.
With their money.
Screw what the government wants to say. A company is not an individual.
Right.
You can't base your eating habits and your purchasing decisions based on what an individual does. It's what the company does.
No, I understand. I'm just saying, like you're right, but it will intrigue you. It will be there.
I mean, for me, like what Taco Bell did right was keeping the Doritos Locos Tacos.
But dude, I thought they stopped doing those now.
No,
you can still get one.
Yeah, they've got them all the time.
Yeah.
Now, is this the?
You're talking about the naked chicken chalupa.
Yeah.
But even then, the idea of a taco shell made from chicken made you want to go to Taco Bell.
Did you have a good story about that one too?
Well, yeah, I got the first one from the Taco Bell out in the ghetto.
Yeah. The very first one.
They didn't know how to make it. They had to read the instructions from corporate about how to cook it and make it.
New Taco Bell food is always the best because they make it bigger.
Perfect. And perfect.
Perfect.
I want to try their nacho fries.
Oh, they're so good.
We could do that too. So after we record this, we're going to Popeyes, but we can stop at Taco Bell on the way to Popeyes and get some nacho fries.
Okay, because I want to try some nacho fries.
Because if America is embodied by the idea of one thing, it's appetizers.
Wait, is it crunchy?
Yeah.
Like a nacho chip?
No,
like a French fry.
like a crunchy French fry.
You just dip it in cheese.
Oh no, you didn't try the Bel Grande version? Like with
I
all the
did
crap
try the
on
Bel
it?
Grande version.
Oh, so good.
I don't like
It was
Taco
kind of like
Bell
those breakfast
tomatoes.
nachos I had at Penny Ann's yesterday.
Oh, those look good though.
God, we eat out a lot, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, so anyway, back to McDonald's. No, like special limited time McNuggets for me. Like Szechuan sauce, when it came out, I was lucky enough to be visiting my grandparents here in Utah when it was here. I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. Why didn't they have this sauce all the time? And then it went away.
It's so good.
But guess what? It gives you those memories. I think Nemo and I have talked about this ad nauseum, in our personal lives. And that's part of the reason why we're doing this podcast now is those memories and those experiences of, going and getting a limited time thing or making the journey, like, we both wanted to go try that, the Krispy Kreme pumpkin spice donut that we mentioned in the intro episode.
Mm-hmm.
We couldn't go do it. We're sad about that. We still want to be able to go try it. We missed out.
That does sound really good.
It was the way they described it. It just sounded like the perfect donut.
Yeah. Having something come back and make a resurgence, like Ecto Cooler a couple years ago for me, huge deal. I am still drinking expired cans of Ecto Cooler. It is so good. Still, I don't care about botulism.
My ex bought a case of it, so
yeah.
No, it makes sense. Like,
so when I talk about these old McNuggets and stuff, it's like, okay, no, yeah, the commercial's racist. Yeah, you got chopsticks. I got chopsticks at McDonald's in Italy in 2005. They were doing like a Chinese New Year thing, and they had fried shrimp, which were delicious.
What?
With their own sauce.
Oh, man.
I have not been able to find anything online about this.
Oh.
But I still have the chopsticks. But anyway, that's what I'm saying. So McDonald's or McNugget Shanghai, yeah, they're wood chopsticks. Huh. I didn't use them. I kept them in the package.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to keep them.
Dude, that's probably worth a lot right now.
I'll post them on Twitter and show you guys. They also did holiday McNuggets. And the commercial for this one is so good because it shows, like, McNuggets being what you would serve at a holiday party.
Oh, yeah.
And so you've got, like, your box of McNuggets, and they're all wearing party hats and being loud and rowdy, and it's a bigger size than what they normally sell.
Was this the one when they released those 60s? The 60 packs?
I can't remember.
I remember that.
No, this was
this
before
was
you
way
were born.
before that.
So
way before.
This also has special sauces, though. They did holiday McNuggets, and the commercial's like, hey, serve these at your holiday party. But the McNuggets are being all loud and rowdy, and then you have the neighbors, who are the smaller box of McNuggets, and they're the old people with curlers in their hair, like, those 20 packs are so rowdy, you know.
What happened to anthropomorphizing our food?
I want McDonald's land food back. You know what? Take Ronald away.
Don't put
take
a face.
Birdie away.
If I don't see the face, I can eat it.
No, take away the characters. Bring me back anthropomorphic cheeseburgers, milkshakes, fries, and McNuggets. I need that.
Want a hamburger.
I feel like I'd eat one and I'd be
eyes.
starting talking to it. I was like, haha, I got you.
You never talk to your food?
No.
Okay, well, you're weird. But this one had like an orange, like apricot dipping sauce, and they don't take risks like that anymore.
Yeah, that's what it is. They don't take risks.
And that's what I want to see places do. I want to see these fast food restaurants take the risk, take the chance.
What do you mean that they don't take the risk?
When they release something new, think about like the last big sauce McDonald's did. Sriracha Mac. What is super popular right now? Sriracha. People put sriracha on everything. And
so they're basing it...
And all of a sudden, it's an innovation.
Yeah, so they're basing this off of what the current demand is.
Studies.
Exactly. Yeah. But they're not being innovative.
And that's why I think a lot of mom and pop restaurants are still doing really well when people thought that they were never going to.
Yeah.
People thought they were going to fall to chains.
Because the mom and pop restaurants are being innovative. That idea is catching on. Other smaller restaurants and it's moving up the corporate chain.
Yeah.
Until someone like McDonald's is like, hey, sriracha, or hey, habanero. Like, we're going to embrace the food thing of the moment.
We're going to take this because it's a buzzword and everybody wants it.
Exactly.
But they're not going to make a new buzzword.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're not going to create their own trend. They're just going to follow the same hashtags and stuff like that.
When we were younger, Lisa and I especially, it was McDonald's was a trendsetter. And they're not anymore. And it's...
Well, I can't relate to that.
The only thing about McDonald's now that was true then is that they, their fries are good, even if they're different. Their Happy Meals are still the only ones that get promoted on television and the ones who have the sought-after toys. But you don't have the same feeling when you walk into a McDonald's. Yeah. They've all been modernized and streamlined, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
But I've read somewhere that McDonald's wanted to make their...
Yes, they wanted to change their image.
Yeah, to be a restaurant. Like an actual place where you sit down and eat.
My daughter doesn't care to go into a McDonald's, though.
Yeah.
So, like, for a kid now, McDonald's means nothing. She likes Happy Meals. She likes getting her prize at the end of the meal.
Whereas when my older sister was 4, she wanted to work at McDonald's. That was her dream because she thought it was the coolest place.
I went to the antique store a couple months ago with my mom and Heather, and we took Crystal with us. And I was terrified because an antique store with a 3-year-old is like a Bull in a China shop or Nemo in a China shop. They had a 1980s Fisher-Price McDonald's drive-through set. And it was the drive-through window for McDonald's with a plastic Happy Meal box with plastic burger, fries, and a drink.
That's so crazy.
And they sold this. You can go onto eBay. They have an amazing assortment of old school McDonald's role-playing toys. Like how I was saying I want McChangeables for Chrislyn and John Allen to play with. I want to get that drive-through set for them to play with too. It's imagination.
Yeah.
I wouldn't agree that it's imagination.
They're pretending.
If you're play acting?
Yeah.
No, like, imagination would be... Okay, well, you know, never mind. It's a different for everybody.
Yeah,
it's different for everybody.
It's using their imagination to pretend they're doing something.
Yeah, like I had a giant tree in my backyard that was the house that my brother and I would play in. So
no, like that's what I'm saying. Like when I think about imagination, it could be this table and a bag, and I could hand it to you. Like, here's your Happy Meal. You wouldn't be happy about it, but
I would be experiencing your childhood. So
you'd be like, okay, so this is a Happy Meal now. Da-na-na-na-na. You're loving it.
For the good times of the great taste at McDonald's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, I had no idea what that was.
Well, you know what?
That's not before the da-na-na-na thing.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm loving it.
Was that before that?
Yes. Everything is from the before times.
Speaking of old McDonald's playthings, though, I didn't remember this until Josh and I stumbled upon it online accidentally, but they used to have these McDonald's Macon sets.
Oh, the Macon play?
The Macon, yeah. That basically you could make little tiny food things
and eat them.
And
what?
Somehow, I don't know why.
So this is like a real little beef patty in a bun?
No. It was made out of candy.
Yeah, it was all candy and cookies.
So like you get those little Hasbro burgers or like little Coca-Cola kind of things.
No.
No.
Not
listen,
Hasbro or whatever that company's
No.
Listen to me for a minute.
This is good. Like, it used ingredients.
Yeah. Like, you would have wafer cookies, and you'd mash them up in a little thing, and then, like, reform them as the bread on the burger.
Some of them used actual bread. Like, you'd put bread through a grinder and shape it into something.
Into French fry. Like, I remember how these tasted. I don't know why. I don't think that I ever had one. But, like, there was a little machine where you could make a little tiny soda.
So
they're insane.
This was something that all the kids had to share and use.
Yeah.
It
was like a playset that you bought.
You went to Toys R Us and your mom was like, oh, you want to play McDonald's at home? Okay. Here's the Chicken McNugget maker.
Yeah, and they'd have little packets of things that you could buy for the ingredients. Like
we talked about the Easy Bake Oven before, like you go and buy the Easy Bake Oven cake mix.
Okay, so they give you you get the playset, the actual playset, but then McDonald's would separately sell Happy Meals.
No, it wasn't McDonald's. It was another company that licensed it out.
Okay, so
it was McDonald's branded.
So, okay, I'm just gonna, for the sake of this conversation, just say McDonald's. Okay, so McDonald's is selling these separate packets where you can go home and use that playset that you bought to make their actual food.
No, not their actual.
Yeah, not their actual food, but like replications. But it would be like candy. Burger or like a Pixie soda. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand what you're saying. Oh, that's cool.
So instead of just playing with plastic food, you were then making something edible.
Tiny burgers and eat them.
I looked
and they
these
were
up
sweet.
on eBay after Lisa sent me the link because I had no idea what she was talking about. I was like, "Wait, what?" Yeah. I don't remember these. And
I don't know why I do.
That's weird that you don't know something about McDonald's. Well, because you know everything that has to do with it. Like,
okay, thank you. But
no, it's like weird. Like she throws something at you, and you're like, That's not real.
I didn't say that.
No,
wasn't
it was
real.
more
I was
like, what are you talking about?
Wait, what? I need this in my life. Like, I remember going back to like the play stuff. They had a Happy Meal play set from, I think it was Play School or Fisher Price.
Oh yeah.
And it was just a plastic Happy Meal box with a sticker of the McDonald's Lens guys on it. And inside was a fake hamburger and fries, but it had an apple pie whistle. And I remember we gave that to one of my cousins up in Wyoming, and I wanted it so bad. I always wanted it. So the only memory of that toy that I had when I was a kid was when we bought it at the store as a present. I picked it out for my cousin to give to her, and I wanted it so bad.
Maybe she's listening to this and she'll send it to you.
I hope not. I hope she doesn't have it still. But yeah, there was just fun stuff like that. Yeah. McDonald's was a lot more. You know, we talked about Toys R Us at one point, and depending on when we release these episodes and in what order, you may have already heard it, or now you have something to look forward to. These brands, like McDonald's, Toys R Us, Burger King, they meant more to us then than they do now.
Yeah.
Now we take them for granted. They won't always be.
No, they will be. Even when they're gone, they're still going to have that same feeling.
Well,
they're still going to exist.
Will be there,
for the people that remember them, though, like.
But that's expected. Like, you don't know what your parents had back then and what they had the feelings with those things that they had feelings for. Like, it's the same thing. Your kids are going to have their own version.
Well, yeah.
I'm just thinking,
I know what you're trying to say.
I don't think they're going to have a toy store or something like that. They won't have the same McDonald's experiences.
Yeah.
Right.
But like you said, McDonald's isn't taking risks anymore. It's not being innovative. Because at some point, if you think of it as a business standpoint, to do the trend will definitely make you profit either way. And being as big as McDonald's is, they don't need to.
Like, the only two places I really like, Taco Bell has become, pretty innovative, but they're doing it in a way that's like, okay, so we're testing out this food item here, and they're building hype for it over the course of a year.
Yeah.
They're using like, oh, this guy drove 600 miles to try this new food. The only, that's great. And they are being innovative, but they're, Carl's Jr. and Arby's, they are taking risks. They're saying, you know what? And it's not like super risky, but they're making weird things.
Yeah,
what do you mean?
That's true.
Like did you not see the Meat Mountain?
Okay, I saw that. Like, the thing that I loved about Arby's was the venison. Like, I wanted that sandwich.
I wanted to go try it.
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, like
they did a limited time venison sandwich.
That's cool.
And only certain stores or certain restaurants were selling them.
Because of, how hard it was
venison.
to prepare. Yeah. And so on a specific day, they, okay, we're going to have these while they last.
That's cool.
No, I really wanted that one.
And the one here in Tooele, they had venison. So we were like, okay, they were out, but I tried to get it.
Yeah.
I've got a freezer full of deer meat, so I don't let my uncle sent over.
No, like, I don't think I've had, maybe I had like venison jerky, like deer jerky, but the actual burger or the sandwich itself, like, I've never had that.
Did you guys eat the Black Whopper?
No.
Oh, me either.
I missed it.
If it's a burger, I don't go to Burger King at all. I'm not going to go out of my way.
Nemo's a little bit of an elitist. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but...
There's no the food isn't up to par for me. Okay. I'm not going to go drive down there.
I am going to start dragging you with me more when I go to try these limited time things. Because it's fun. It's not just about, like, oh, this is the latest trend. It's more about, like...
I'm just
cool. I'm going to go try this. I'm going to try something different. I'm going to have fun getting there.
Yeah.
It's the journey.
No, that makes sense.
It's waiting in line for something. It's driving 600 miles to try something.
I'm understanding that. I'm just saying, if I were to go just to have food, the Chick-fil-A is right across the street. I'm going to go there because it's better food. Unless it's a Sunday, then I'm just going to go home.
Okay.
I wouldn't go out of my way to go to Burger King at all, ever. I'm just saying, like, the king isn't nothing.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But, the next time they do a weird burger, we're going.
I just don't know what that would be.
Neither do I.
Like
It's an unknown factor.
No, I
That's
don't
what makes
know.
it fun and
Okay.
exciting.
The Burger King is
Okay.
All right. This will not be our only McDonald's episode. I'm sure there are people out there going,
Yeah.
what about this? What about that?
I know, I was going to say,
These aren't the best things about McDonald's, but these are some of the things that meant something to us. Just like everything else we talk about.
But if you can find anything that we would literally not know, send it to us.
Not even that. Just share your memories with us.
Yeah.
Like, we want to know what awesome things do you remember from McDonald's?
we didn't even touch on, like, Beanie Babies or Monopoly.
Yeah, but I'm talking
anything
about like things that.
Or the McMenu song.
I'm just saying things that none of us would have ever thought of or knew.
Well, yeah, but you don't know what we know.
Yeah,
don't-
that's
they
what
don't
I'm
know
saying.
what we
Like,
know.
we'll read it and you'll be like, whoa, I didn't know this. And we'll bring it
Well,
up.
yeah,
and
of
we'll call
course.
him out. We're like,
Okay.
hey, hashtag whatever this guy's name is. Good job. You stumped us.
Hashtag, what's your number? I'm going to call and congratulate you.
Yeah, we'll send it out. We'll have, like, bring them on and then they can talk to
So,
us.
did you know that if you just put, like, hashtag Josh, it'll send me a message?
I don't know.
What kind of response was that?
I was like, whoa.
No, it doesn't
Town
work.
sign has so many properties.
But, so yeah, those are our first round of McMemories. I could go on forever. McNugget Buddies were a huge deal.
I
Plus,
could not
I
go
mean-
on forever.
Evil Grimace is a topic all in of itself.
And at some point, we're going to have to explain to the audience how integral McDonald's weirdly was in us getting to know each other. The three of us.
It's true. If it weren't for McDonald's, this podcast would not
It
exist.
probably wouldn't have happened.
No? I think it would have.
No.
Are you talking? Okay.
I mean,
yeah. So
I don't know.
all
But
I do
imagine
is,
if I was never even like in your pod. I don't know, man.
no,
I don't think it would have.
no, he followed me around once I came to the shift. He would like come sit with me on break
Yeah, but that was with Haley. But
while I was by myself at the window, ignoring the world.
yeah, because we were
Nemo
sad. It was
made
like,
me interact with people.
Good for you, Nemo.
no, like that makes sense. But the way the conversations that we had
Anyway.
that led to certain things was because we were in the same pod. Like if I
Okay.
during lunch, I'm not going to do that.
We will get there.
Okay.
One day we'll do a whole episode on
How we met. Oh my gosh. How we met each other. I don't know. I was thinking like how we met.
How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah, but we can call our episode something like that.
Maybe you should finish watching that show before you try to talk about it.
No.
I also have not finished
Yeah,
that show.
I don't even care about it anymore.
There you go. But yeah, so this heavily edited episode of McMemories
Not
was brought
sponsored,
to you
by the
by
way.
McDonald's.
I didn't get paid, but whatever.
None of us are getting paid. But
No,
if
no,
it wasn't for McDonald's, we wouldn't have had anything to talk about.
That's true.
This wouldn't even be a thing.
Okay.
Thanks, Mickey D's.
Feel free to send us food.
That would.
I'm just going to use these sound bites you're giving me now, like throughout the episode. But, so you can find We Just Nerd Here on iTunes and Google Play Music for sure. Probably other podcasting platforms like Stitcher and SoundCloud. You can follow us on Twitter at We Just Nerd Here and on Facebook by searching for We Just Nerd Here, where you can meet Haley. She's our Facebook arm of the family here. She'll be on an episode later. You'll meet her. You'll like her.
Yeah.
So pop on there and drop us a line. You can also find me at Joshua Tracy 85.
I'm at Lisa Asanuma.
And Nemo is drunk.
If you want to reach me, just contact one of the other two. They'll get to me.
We also run a blog at wejustnerdhere.wordpress.com where you can hear more of our ramblings for maybe things that don't deserve a full podcast or are just, thoughts and fun. Until next time, we just nerd here and you do too. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.